season 6, episode 37, where we watch Is It Cake, season 1, episode 1. And hopefully there's not a small demon in this podcast. And I'm Chris Lorenz.
I am Max Zipan.
I'm Brian Houston, and I'm about to ask the most important question. Who put this on?
Oh, that's so good. If you can't tell, those are references to the show we watched this week. And each week we watch a different reality show discussing it in minute detail, figuring if it's good or bad. And last week we watched Making Fun. And we had a poll on Twitter, whether it's a top, middle, or bottom third that you guys thought as the audience. We got a top third. So we had a consensus between us and the audience last week. So if you want to tell us what you thought about this show, go to our Twitter poll at Who Put This On. And Max, what show did we watch this week?
This week we watched Is It Cake? Mikey Day hosts a baking contest during which skilled cake artists create mouth-watering replicas of handbags, sewing machines, and other objects.
Thank you, Max. This is an interesting show.
That's a very interesting way to put it. I am really surprised you're not raging right now.
I have a feeling that I like the show more than the both of you.
Oh my god!
But essentially, so they have 9 contestants, and 3 people compete each week to make some sort of random. They each pick an object and make a cake out of that object, and then they have judges that judge between 5 objects what's a cake and what's not a cake.
I really want to be a judge on the season 2 of this show.
You want to be?
Yeah.
I think this is harder than you think it is.
Like, do you mean the actual competition part or like
the guessing of the cake?
I don't care about that. I think I'm funnier than them.
That's fair. That's fair. Some of the judges of the show are no bueno, especially episode 2.
You watched episode 2?
Well, we didn't. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a bit. Let's talk about.
I saw the initial challenge of episode 2, but anyway,
let's talk about episode 1. So each episode, the contestant can win up to $10,000.
Woo!
And at the end, they can win $50,000.
Wait, does that mean that oh, that's at the end? Okay, never mind.
The end, they can win 50. Max, can you explain to how they can win up to $10,000?
Man, I don't. Oh, okay. So after they've baked their object, it is placed next to 4 other decoy objects. So let's say a taco. The judges have to guess, which one is the cake and which is not. If they guess the cake correctly, the person gets $5,000. And then at the end of the show, the baker is subjected to Is It Cake challenge themselves of they are presented with a bag of money and a bag of money, and one of them is fake and one of them is not. Or one of them's fake, one of them's cake. I don't know.
One of them is cake. You have to answer. So I was confused by this segment because I was like, as a contestant, I want to pick the money because I want the money. But they had to answer which one was a cake and which one wasn't. Which one was the cake and not which one was the money.
So this was initially my gripe. And then now that I think about it, this is like really big head games, like 8D chess. It's like, oh, you want the money, so you're going to think about answering money, but no, you don't want that. You want the cake.
I have a much bigger gripe with the show, but
I mean, there's definitely bigger gripes, but that was the first one I thought of.
Yeah, we'll get more into the end, but it was kind of weird to have up to 10K. But let's talk about our host here, Brian. Who is our host?
Mikey Day. He was on Saturday Night Live and the most recent Home Alone movie
that no one saw.
Yeah.
Was he the
kid? They made one after Home Alone 3?
They've made multiple after Home Alone 3, buddy.
Hold on, I'm Googling it.
They made one. Disney released one this holiday season.
Good
Disney
Lord.
Plus.
Why is this happening?
And there's a Home Alone 4 that no one's seen.
Huh.
Anyway, I thought he was up or down. I thought that some jokes were funny and some jokes weren't funny, but I thought that when they were working, they were working.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think his roasts were that good. Like to be a good host, if you have some good roasts, like
I mean, he's definitely not a great host. I think he's a fine host. He's not a bad host, but he's like he's not pulling the show together to make me want to watch it because he's on it.
I don't know. I definitely commented, I can't deal with this host.
Max, what do you think about?
I thought he was fine. What I liked about him was he didn't take the whole show seriously at all. You know, he thought it was ridiculous, and he's just along for the ride.
Yeah, I think the tone he sets is kind of fun.
Yeah,
which is probably the best part about it.
But I feel like Netflix reality shows, especially episode 1, they try and force the host to say too many bad Netflix written jokes.
You think it's just episode 1?
I mean, I think it's especially at its worst in episode 1.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely like very family friendly show. Like it's like all the jokes are very family friendly, and you really want this guy to make some crude ass jokes about these stupid cakes because it's fucking stupid, and he doesn't like say it's stupid. He kind of pretends like it's a legit thing, which is I think really would elevate it to the next level. But then it wouldn't be family friendly, so it's like, sure.
They just need, if they had a non-family friendly version, they need to get Snoop and Martha Stewart on there because they are going to lose it.
What in the world are you talking about?
Like, then they could just like go like,
what? Did you see the Martha and like show?
No,
it was awful.
Oh,
I don't want them anywhere near any show I'm ever watching at any point in time.
Okay, then I take that back. I didn't know. I didn't see the show.
I would say seeing Snoop Dogg react to these cakes could be fun.
That could be a TikTok.
I'm not saying would.
Yeah.
Could.
I mean, we'll get into the TikTok thing for sure, I think. But anyway, so let's get into this first challenge, or only challenge.
I want to talk about something before the challenge.
Okay.
The very first minute or two of the show, they give you a sizzle reel of all the cool cakes you're going to see throughout the season, and it's complete fucking spoiler fest. Also, it's like, how can the rest of the show be any better than the intro? I just want to see rapid fire people reacting to, oh shit, that's a cake.
I missed this whole thing.
I remember this now.
I don't remember this.
I didn't even bother thinking about it, but you're absolutely right. And go fuck yourself, Netflix.
Yep.
I have no comment because apparently I wasn't paying attention.
That's good.
I do agree with you that the best part of this is the cake reveals and the cake guessing for sure. 100%. Like there's not even a question. So they bring out 5, like, I don't know, things you get at a fast food restaurant. So it was like milkshakes, a croissant sandwich, like a biscuit sandwich, a cheeseburger, something else, tacos. So all the contestants got to guess on what they thought was a cake or not. And 3 people got it right, which was Max.
Oh, I don't know their names.
No,
I want to talk about this.
Not their names, Max. What the cake was. It was the biscuit. The biscuit was the cake. Okay.
That's right. Okay, so here's the thing. 3 people guessed it right? Mm-hmm. It seems real fucking convenient that there happen to be 3 baking stations.
Well, they were always going to do 3. The show is 3 people bake.
Right. So,
yeah, like Max is just saying, like they gave these 3 the answers, and
I don't think it's just silly. Like they would have figured it out no matter what. If like it wasn't 3, if it was 2, they would have like.
Oh yeah, because I guess like it's still fastest first. Yeah, so you can get 3 fastest.
It could be very convenient for them. You're right. It's very convenient, but I don't think it really
fastest. I would buy.
Well, it could just be if there was 4, it definitely would have been fastest. It could have just been like the second episode where the person that picked right gets to pick who they bake against. So like, really, I don't think it would have changed the show at all. Anyway,
no.
I thought this biscuit. I mean, Brian and I picked the biscuit as the cake.
Yeah, Max, did you play along with this?
I did not pick the biscuit. I picked something else. I don't remember what. I thought they were trying to mess with me with the milkshake. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The playing along is good.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to say that playing along is the best part of the show for sure.
Ooh, another grape.
Absolutely.
So Mikey Day got a sword to chop this stuff. Why is he not chopping everything? I don't care. Just let me see it.
Yeah. Why is there not more destruction going on?
Exactly.
Like, I want to see those milkshakes all on that fucking floor. Anyway, so the biscuit was the cake and the people, whatever. So these three people got to pick what they wanted to make to fool the judges. Somebody picked a cheeseburger, somebody picked a croissant sandwich, then somebody picked tacos, which tacos was I had to have been the worst choice.
I'm starting to think that milkshake was.
I don't know.
Like they didn't pick it, but like they avoided the wrong one.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you're the last person. You have to choose between milkshake and taco. I feel like making a hard shell taco, these are all hard shell tacos, just seems so dauntingly hard that I would have picked the milkshake.
I feel like milkshake, you could like make a mold and then make like some sort of sugar crystal outside. I don't know. I'm not a cakeologist.
Yeah, I think you can make it kind of shiny that you would need to make it shiny. I agree
I
with
guess
you
we'll
with
just
that.
have to watch more.
I agree with you that it is kind of hard to replicate a plastic cup in a cake form, but it's also hard to do any of this in a cake form. So what do I know?
Yeah, I don't know. Just think about like yeah, I just don't know how you're gonna get that like perfect like see-through sheen. Like there's a certain texture to that.
I don't know either, Brian. I agree with you. That's probably why they didn't pick it. But like the croissant is also kind of hard because
Well,
you gotta like croissant's got a very specific look to it.
yeah, and she did not know she's a vegetarian. She does not know, or no, she wasn't vegetarian. She just didn't eat
Bacon.
non-white meat.
Bacon.
Yeah, but she was like, yeah, I never had bacon, so it's like, well, you chose poorly on this.
Does the croissant sandwich need bacon? Like,
If it's gonna blend in with the other ones,
Yeah.
but one of the other ones wasn't even a croissant. It was just like a regular sandwich. I thought.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, man.
That was number one. That was
All right. Well, Sam is the one that picked the cheeseburger. She made a funfetti cake. Seemed like it
Mhm.
looked pretty good. She lost, so we had the three judges didn't picked her cheeseburger as the cake. They won the Is It Cake challenge.
They picked it because the sesame seeds looked quote unquote too good. And I will say that they sort of stood out.
There were two like cheeseburgers with the sesame seeds, and we knew that she put sesame seeds on the burger as we were watching her make it. So it was like it's got to be one of those two. But as the judges, like I don't know, it was hard to tell. Thought she did a decent job.
Yeah, they were at a pretty far distance. Like it's if you have like super eyesight, then like maybe you could have picked it out, but I think they're all bullshitting.
I mean, bullshitting is the number one rule here, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Hemu. Sorry if I'm not enunciating that correctly. She picked the croissant. She has her own bakery. All three of these people kind of have their own jobs, own bakeries. And she also lost the challenge. They found her cake because her croissant was too perfect. It was like too square.
Yeah, you can't replicate that like flaky texture too easily in cakes.
Also,
It's a
like,
very hard object.
you gotta have like there was no gaps in hers. So like I was imagining like you'd make a bottom layer thing as like cake level 1, then you'd put like different cake things inside, so it would look more like it's a section of things versus like one giant piece of cake that you molded into a croissant, which is what she did, which makes it really hard to like have a gap or like make it look like the bacon is spread across.
I think the tough part about the layering that you mentioned is keeping it together because stuff is going to slide around with like all that icing. Like the physics just aren't there.
I don't know. This isn't my job, but like
It is now.
clearly the croissant didn't work very well. And then we've got
Like
Johnny.
it looked good, it just didn't look incredible.
So then we got Johnny. He picked tacos, which Brian and I were just like, how the fuck is this dude gonna make fucking tacos? And this dude really pulls it off. Like, it really does. I could not tell you which one was tacos versus cake.
Okay,
Max?
but this guy fucking cheated.
How so?
Oh, did you not realize this? He took some of his fake tomatoes that looked too fake and sprinkled them on one of the real tacos.
Oh,
That's why they picked a real taco.
What?
Yeah, go back, watch the tapes.
That's
He fucking cheated.
Do we need to pause right now and go look at this? Do we?
I wouldn't blame you if you did.
All right, we're gonna pause. We're gonna take a quick
Okay.
pause right now. It'll be immediate for you, but for us, we're gonna pause.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're totally right. He even says it in the show. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want the other tacos to look too perfect, and they definitely picked the one that looked like fake tomatoes. You definitely cheated.
yeah. If I could fuck around with
What
anything,
the
then...
Like, I was expecting the host to call him out after he won, or expected, episode 2 to say anything, but no, they're just like, yeah, he won fair and square. If you can fucking pollute the decoys, the real ones, what the fuck is this show? It's fucking garbage bullshit.
This definitely knocks it down a huge notch. Another failure in Netflix production. Like, Netflix producing reality shows is not. They don't do a good job.
Also, worth noting, Johnny was also on Holiday Wars.
I was like, that dude looks familiar.
Wait, isn't that dude like didn't he say he was like 18?
No.
Oh,
Ain't no way that dude's 18.
who did they say was like the super young one?
Not that guy. He did say that he didn't start baking till like 3 years ago. He's like the TikTok guy.
Yeah.
He does all
Yeah.
these TikToks. He's a TikTok celebrity, from what I could tell. But yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Thank you for believing me.
No, I mean, I didn't believe you, but I saw the proof. So now I do believe you.
Oh no, Max, it's fine. I didn't believe you.
I needed the proof. I had to do my own research. Okay?
Go to tape.
It's absolutely insane that he got away with this. It's absolutely insane that nobody stopped production. The show is garbage. I'm just gonna tell you guys ahead of time. Bottom of the bottom. At least play by your own damn rules.
Yeah, it's so weird because they even showed it in the edit. Maybe
Right.
to explain why the tomatoes look so bad, but you could just not show that in the edit, and it would be fine. Like, you would never know. You'd probably question it, but like, that's fucking bullshit.
I mean, if you can cheat though, like just everybody cheat. Like fuck
Yeah.
it. Like let's go ham on this.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So anyway, he does. The judges pick the wrong one because he doctored up a real taco to look fake.
That's so true. Also, there's some things where he was like making the tacos that I thought were of note or funny. He used a mold to make his taco texture. Like, so he like took a mold of a real taco shell and then used that to make his tacos look more realistic, which I thought was a good idea. And then his hand cramped at some point, and that's where my small demon line comes from, because he said like, "Oh, he must have like a small demon in his hands or something," which is silly. But
That was also a great burn moment from just one of the contestants, Steve. Like, apparently whispered under his breath, "Yes, his hands." Like, that's pretty good.
yeah, so he wins the episode because he's the only one that didn't get caught. His cake didn't get
Cheater.
caught because he cheated. I guess while we're talking about this, we can mention the hosts briefly, or the judges, I guess. The judges were Damn Drops, which was a food critic. I thought he did an okay job. He was kind of funny.
Yeah.
He's in the Netflix cinematic universe. Worth noting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got Fortune Femster, some sort of comedian. She was.
Who's also. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that she was okay. She didn't really provide too much going on here, but
She's also in the Netflix cinematic
For
universe.
what?
Another poorly produced Netflix show.
No, I think a comic stand-up.
Okay.
Yeah, they did mention her stand up. The real host did, and then we got Ronnie Wu, a celebrity chef, which he was just kind of mystified by the cakes, which I thought provided like a good, like, I think it was good to have that kind of voice in the show. Like
Yep.
he did great for that.
I went to the internet corner. He hosted a cooking reality show, Food to Get You Laid.
All right, so we're doing that one next. Is that what's
Yeah.
happening?
I'm not saying we're not.
So also, I guess I had this question, Max. See if you can answer this for me. What makes you a celebrity chef versus a chef?
I had the same question. I think you have to have had or been on a television show to be a celebrity chef.
But if you are a celebrity chef, does that mean you're more of a celebrity than a chef? Like, is Gordon Ramsay, would you say that he's a celebrity chef? Or would you say he's just a chef?
No, Gordon Ramsay is absolutely a celebrity chef.
Okay.
I would say Anthony Bourdain is, but he hates that he's a celebrity chef. I don't know.
Well, I don't think he hates anything
I think-
anymore, but
Well, yeah. If you're showing up on television more than once, you're a celebrity chef.
you just get that. So Bob from Bob's Burgers is a celebrity chef. Got it.
Exactly.
You heard it. You heard it
Yes.
here. All right, let's move on. One interesting note that I thought about the judging process was like they had 20 seconds and they were a good bit away from these cakes. Like it definitely seems like a hard job to figure out what's the cake, what's not the cake.
Yeah, like as they also like did some real good close-ups.
Like
which-
we got a much better view to figure out if it was a cake or not. But we can't like move around and look at how the lighting affects the certain things, which no one was really doing that much. But like that seems like would have been key is like how is the light reflecting off some of these things? Because like a cake's gonna reflect light way differently than the actual thing generally.
light motherfucker.
It's just like mostly sugar and stuff, so it's not like
Yeah. And
Yeah, but there are like special coatings you can do to get certain lighting.
yeah. But that's the kind of
stuff.
details I'd be looking for. Which you know we only get that detail because we got a close-ups of them.
Sure.
It was more prominent in the second episode. I thought the close-ups really helped.
oh yeah, once you're getting so the second episode was about clothing, and once you get to like so close you can see the stitching, you can tell.
Yeah. It was also interesting that they had the one person in the middle was the person of truth, so they had to click the button, and the other two people just like they were just like conferring to figure out which one they thought was going to be the cake. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah, everybody's freaking out. Everybody knows that.
This is by
Yeah, the guessing phase is kind of chaotic. Like I almost enjoyed that part until they ruined the show for me.
this is the best part of the show for sure. Is like the guess. He's like guessing if it's cake or not. It's called Is It Cake? This is the show. The making of the cakes is just kind of like 15, 20 minutes of waste of time.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I learned a little bit during the time that they were making the cakes. A good example was Johnny was using like this molding clay to imprint the taco texture so that he could put it on the cake.
I already mentioned that, Brian.
Oh damn it! Well, I mean that was like one thing I learned.
But yeah, like that was cool. I was even on Team Johnny until he fucking cheated.
Yeah.
One thing I did learn: anytime you have tacos, you got to go number 2, which is what one of the,
Oh my
the
God.
judges.
What a joke! I mean, it's
Just
great
like
now.
the shittiest potty humor I've ever, the laziest shit I've ever seen.
So Johnny won the $5,000. Then he does the cake or cash thing, and he wins $10,000 because he picks the cake. And then that's the end of the episode. That's it. That's all she wrote.
I had a real panic
He won
attack.
10K for being a fucking cheater.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I had a panic attack at the end of this because he started counting down, and I recognized this from like another game show that they did. I'm like, no, don't roll it. No, you got to stop now.
Oh, they definitely started counting down to like imitate the next episode on, but I have autoplay turned off on Netflix, so I don't know if it actually would have done that or not. Anyway, Brian and I did watch most of episode 2. So the way to watch the show is you watch the intro where they bring out the 5 things, they guess if it's cake or not. Then you go to the end where they have the judges guess the contestants 5 things if they're cakes or not. And then that's it. You just watch is it cake or not. I thought that was kind of entertaining.
Which means you've already answered the question. Would this be better as a Quibi? And the answer is definitively yes.
Yeah, this is a definite yes. 100%. It would be better as a TikTok, to be honest. Might follow that cheater Johnny guy. Who knows?
Well, I mean, let's talk about what's the old question? Who are the mommies and daddies of the show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is TikToks. You know, this was an internet meme for a while of people just showing a picture of a desk and like cutting into, you know, a bowl or something, and it's secretly cake.
yeah, I was telling Chris about this before, and apparently, like, he missed the memo.
I feel like I wasn't on the internet. Like, I don't understand this at all.
So I sent him some TikToks. You got some in your inbox.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Do I need to pause and watch them?
No.
Or should I watch them while we're recording?
No, just let's keep going.
Yeah. All right. Let's do some other questions. Who is the worst human being? And I think we all know the answer to that. Johnny for cheating.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one even else close.
No, it's the producers for letting him get away with that shit.
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like it was a close second.
Maybe he didn't understand the rules. He definitely did, though. But I think it's the producers. It's the producers for wasting my time.
One thing to note from this is we did Metal Shop Masters, which was a show on Netflix that we did last year. And in that episode, there were 3 contestants that broke the rules in the first episode, and only 2 of them were caught. And it's just like, I don't know if that's more or less frustrating to like catch 2 of them, but let the third one go through. But like, this is not like Netflix shows have some production problems.
Yeah, you need more cameras to catch all the cheating and review it.
But they have it on camera.
No, they don't. Clearly not. They didn't
They
catch the
haven't.
one.
Well, no, I meant in this show they have it on camera.
Oh, yeah.
The guy confesses. Anyway, let's do. Is this the apex or downgrade for the host?
He was on SNL.
I mean,
I don't know. It could be the apex. #1 show on Netflix. #1.
What year was this guy on SNL?
20 till I don't know. I don't know how long it was SNL.
Yeah.
He was.
But like, was it in the last 5-10 years?
Yeah, it was like 2018. I think he might have left.
2013 to 2022.
Oh, so he's still on SNL.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's definitely the nadir of his career.
What's that?
I'm. It's the opposite of an
Oh.
apex. It's the lowest point.
Sorry,
I'm a big SNL hater.
Oh,
we can consider this the apex. He's still on SNL, which would be the apex of his career, probably no matter what.
Yeah.
And this show just elevates him in SNL and this. So I'm gonna call it apex, and you could call it maybe his Home Alone movie might be better. Who knows?
I'm gonna check it out after this.
Let's see. What do you think the production schedule of the show is like? Are they like banging like 3 or 4 of these out in a day? Well, they were given like 6 hours. How long were they given to bake?
8 hours.
8 hours.
It's definitely a day to like.
Oh,
No, what's up?
something we didn't mention is, when they have the 9 people up there originally and only 3 people get selected for the show on a given day, he's just like, yeah, the rest of you sit here for another 8 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that would be terrible. Without your phone, there's nothing.
They gotta give you your phone for that. Like,
you're not getting the phone, bro.
You gotta have phone.
You're not getting the
breaks.
phone.
oh my god.
You're not getting.
They're probably like, okay, you guys have your phones for 45 minutes and then 15 minutes of paying attention and then back to it.
I don't know. You got to have some breaks in there, I'd imagine. I don't know. It sounds terrible.
Okay, here's the thing. I think each episode takes a day, but I don't think you can do these back to back because you have a repeat contestant. Like that's how you like mess up your hands.
Maybe. I think it's got to be over 8 days. There's 8 episodes. There's 8 days. Unless one takes longer, it's got to be. Like, there's no reason. There's no way they're taking another day break. You're lucky they're not doing 2 in one day.
You're lucky to be here. Make your money. No.
All right. That's what we're gonna go with. I don't know if we don't have Internet Corner here to help us. Let's do some drinking rules. So obviously, what you have to do is every time you have to guess if it's a cake or not. You have to pick and wager how many drinks you're gonna drink. If you get it right, you drink half of them and you give the other half out. And if you get it wrong, you drink the whole thing.
So, wait. So no matter what, you're drinking half of that.
Yeah, you need to be drinking while watching this episode, Brian. It's like a celebratory. You like cheers, you got it right. You know, it's not like it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it feels like though. I feel like you're ramping up. You're super confident, and it's just like I still have to drink half of that. Like what the fuck?
All right, Brian.
No,
you can do whatever way you want.
It's fine.
Brian, what is your drinking rule?
Every time Mikey Day asks, "Is it cake?" That line is going to come up a lot.
Oh, you're getting real. That's a good one. Max, what do you got for me?
Every time somebody cheats, you down a beer stein of red Jello, sort of chopped up to look like tomatoes.
What's a good drinking rule? Anytime there's like a PG joke, or really any joke, take a drink, I guess, at that point. But Brian, you have another one?
Anytime there's a unique blade presented. So you'll see like throughout this episode that most of the time he's using like a regular like knife. But then at the beginning he pulls out a sword. That's a unique blade.
He's usually using the sword.
Nothing happened in the second. No.
Well, on top of that, I think anytime he points that sword at like just points with a sword, you gotta take a drink because fucking don't do that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do. We already did this. Would be better as a Quibi or a TikTok. We got that. Who's gonna hook up next? Brian, what do you got?
Andrew and everybody.
Who's Andrew?
He was the guy that had the crazy ass hair.
The green hair, which is probably going to be our screenshot.
Green hair dude.
Green hair guy for sure. I was going to say that. I just didn't know his name. What if it's the 18-year-old, 19-year-old?
Who was that? I thought that was Johnny.
That wasn't Johnny. That was in their intro thing that I totally forgot about.
Yeah. Because why would you pay attention to that? Like, I don't know why that stuck out. It's like super young, get on this reality show.
Yeah. All right. Let's do what we love about the show. We're not gonna have Max start. We're gonna have Brian start.
I still like that they don't take themselves seriously. It's all about just having fun with it. Like they know it's like a silly premise. Just live with it.
Yeah, I think
you motherfucker, you stole it from me.
No.
All right, Max.
I'll never forgive you.
Max, what do you love about the show?
What do you mean switching to me? I just lost mine. I don't have one ready.
All right,
I had so few things to choose from.
Well, I didn't want to steal your another one from you, so I was going to let you go.
Run it back.
So I agree with Brian. The tone here is good, but I also really love this. Is it cake or not? I love looking at the 5 of them trying to guess which one it is.
Dude, your TikTok's gonna be messed up from now on. Like you had like a solid TikTok algorithm, and now it's like, is it cake world?
Well, I didn't watch any Is It Cakes.
You're about to. I can tell.
No, I'm not. I'm not watching any Is It Cakes. I like this 5, watching this 5, and then I think they could speed up the like, is it a cake or not? But I get why the tension is there. But that's what I love about this show is like that Is It Cake segment. Max, do you have anything other than the tone of the show?
Cake reveals are good. Cake reveals are fun, and that's why I'm going to Google it on the TikTok later.
All right, let's do our last question. We do a rating system where stack rank against other reality shows, top, middle, or bottom compared to other reality shows. Brian, give it to me.
Bottom of the middle. I was annoyed with the jokes, and I really wanted to fast forward, but I couldn't because I had to take notes for this. And then, and then I just didn't have a really happy attitude. After episode 2, I was a little bit better. It was initially in the bottom, but then it raised up.
Oh, so like, yeah, we talked about the best way to watch this is definitely just fast forward to the is it cake moments.
Yep.
That's worth doing. Max, I think you already gave your rating, but remind me.
Listen, I was ready to give the show a middling review. It had some fun moments and was boring, but then this fucker cheated and won, and nobody called him out on this. Is this the sort of message we want to teach our kids? That cheating lets you get ahead in life? Bottom of the bottom, jump in a very deep lake.
Oh, that reminds
Everybody
me.
who made this show.
So we watched season 2, and in the start of like
Episode
2, Johnny says like, "This is a great lesson for your kids. If you lie, then like you can win some money." Like what? He openly admitted it again.
Well, no, he's saying that because he's lying about if it's cake or not.
No, he winked. I saw him wink to the camera.
But yeah, I mean, so I was definitely, this was a solid middle show. Solid middle. But the production let him cheat. So it's definitely a bottom third show. You can't, you go down a rank for sure for cheating. That said,
Thank you for seeing the light, Chris.
I agree with, Max, you're totally right. Brian, do you want to change your rating?
It's fine where it is. I mean, like you can just bounce around. It's not like I'm rating it that much
It's-
higher than the bottom.
It's not like the people got eliminated for the cheating. The fact that he's rewarded with $10,000 for cheating is, a little suspect, I imagine. So there's that. Anyway, that's it for our discussion. Let us know what you thought about the show at our poll on Who Put This On. And you can blame Netflix and Harrison for us not doing Next Level Chef this week, because Harrison apparently decided he had other plans, didn't want to do it. And Netflix decided this was going to be the #1 show today.
No,
And
you, the people, did it.
It's true. The people decided this was going to be the #1, so we had to jump on the bandwagon. So
True.
next week, I hope is going to be Next Level Chef. If
Maybe.
you want to keep up. Max, what's this breaking news you got for us?
Okay, Taco Gate, the mystery continues. So if you go to, you don't get the timestamp. Oh, okay. At about
We'll include
30
some
minutes.
We'll include some of these photos in the show description.
We can tweet it. We can tweet at Netflix and say, tell us the truth about Taco Gate.
Future TikTok, I think, is really what's going to happen here.
I like where your head's at. Okay, so at about 30 minutes, 30 seconds, you see which taco they choose of the 5, which is the one that has a bunch of like red goo on top. But then let me see what the timestamp is. At about 31 minutes and 2 seconds, they cut into the supposedly selected taco. It's a completely different taco. There is not a giant ton of red goo on top of it. What happens?
I don't know, Max. I don't know. It sounds like there's some production issues going on here.
Yeah, all right. Nobody can all lose. So
maybe the production crew found out that there were tacos in there and that they took them out, or the tomatoes, and took them out before they cut into it.
Ooh, maybe.
I think they're just fucking ashamed of how obvious this cheating would be.
I mean,
it's fine if they caught it at this level, just like.
I'm kind of with Chris. So here's how I think it was happening. So they do the reveal, and they do like all the shots for that before they bring out the judges. That way they don't get like all this time to look at them. But they get their shots, and they realize, yo, what's that extra stuff in the taco? Oh, no, get that out of here. And then for the other thing, they just create like a whole new shot, and they removed the extra taco stuff.
Yeah, I think that he was caught.
Yeah.
But the production, like family friendly, was like, oh, we can't just have cheaters on here. So they just like let it go.
Right. And then Netflix being Netflix, like, we're not reshooting that. No.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really reshoot it. Like, there's only
you can easily
there's
reshoot
only
it.
one chance for them to like rotate around.
No, but this is why I think I agree with like the reveal thing. So they film the reveal separate from the judges. And then they spin it back around. They bring the judges out, and then it's like, okay, yeah, here, let's get all the shots for this, and like do the
I don't
competition.
know. I think when you see the judges and the tacos at the same time, the like fake tomatoes are still there.
No.
I don't know. Hold on. Now we got to pause again and look. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back here, and there's definitely the judges say, look at this one. It has like it's very bright red tomatoes on it, so
It's
you
like
don't get a
gummy
direct
bear
shot.
red. They say
You don't get a direct shot of it, but they mention it.
Yeah, like my whole point was like that they were filming like a lot of like the close-ups and stuff without the judges, so that was the point where they could have removed it. But it's clear that like since the judges mentioned it, then it must have been there. They didn't remove it in time.
There could have been less. So like when they do the actual cutting to see if it's cake or not, it does look like there are a lot less tomatoes on it. But when they cut into it, the tomatoes look like they're like kind of cakey or like not real tomatoes. So like the fake tomatoes are still there, which is very weird. It's mystifying, Max. Brian.
This is one of the greatest controversies we've ever seen on this show. On Who Put This On.
We can discuss this for hours, and
I think this is it. I just want to give Brian one more chance.
This is downgraded because of cheating. Like,
obviously, that's what we're talking about.
Like, I feel like this is peer pressure, and I'm sticking to my guns. I don't like this.
All right. Well, you tweet at us and let us know what you thought about this cheating.
Brian, you're gonna have to keep watching and tell us if he keeps cheating.
Oh,
He's a cheater.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that actually means that like I have to pay attention during the baking part, and I can't do that.
You don't. Yeah, 0% chance you could do that. All right. That's it for our addendum of the episode and the cheating scandal 2022. Now let's do some shout outs. Brian, you have any shout outs this week?
South Park has been pretty solid.
I have to say that the episode with the teenagers was the best episode of South Park in the long ass time. I think it's been kind of okay, but that episode was amazing.
Yeah. Completely agree. It was a different tone than just like taking on like some other subject.
Yeah, I felt like they tackled something new that they don't really tackle, and it was so good.
Yeah.
I like thinking about that. It just makes me smile. It's very good. Is that it? All your shout outs this week? Max, do you have a shout out this week?
Nothing new.
I do have a shout out this week. I've been watching Severance on Apple TV. It's like it's pretty good. It's like a Twilight Zone, Black Mirror episode, and it's like stretched out. It's got like a Lost level mystery to it. I'm definitely hooked. I'm gonna watch some more later probably. So
nice.
That's it for us this week. You can find us on Twitter at Who Put This On. You can find us on Facebook.com/Who Put This On. You can reach out to us on TikTok, Who Put This On Podcast. You can email us questions and suggestions at whoputthison@gmail.com. Please rate us on iTunes and Spotify if you can. And we'll see you guys next time. Brisket on a biscuit.